Chances are, if you grew up in the 1980s, that you learned your biggest lessons not from your parents or your teachers, but from He-Man, Jem, Duke. You learned about life from cartoons. I know I did. Public service announcements, or PSAs, have been around for decades, where they've served as a platform to deliver important messages to the public. This dates back to the earliest days of radio before moving on to television in the 50s and 60s.
I've worked for you a long time and I'm paid less than Robin.
Holy discontent.
And then came the 80s, where the PSA met cartoons.
So let's eat smart.
Now we know.
And knowing is half the battle.
For Gen X, cartoons were an integral part of growing up. TV raised and nurtured us, and both the government and big business saw the value in using those cartoons to teach us in a way we never expected. Cue flashback. Dig, if you will, a picture. It's the 80s. You're waking up early, grabbing a bowl of Captain Crunch and settling in for hours of Saturday morning cartoons. And then, at the end of each episode, there they were, the PSAs.
Hi there. Do you live around here?
This is drugs. This is your brain on drugs.
Telling us to say no to drugs, wear seatbelts, and never to follow Mr. Horton into the bicycle shop.
Follow me.
We didn't realize it at the time, but those PSAs were a part of our childhood education.
See this cute little vial here? It's crack, rock cocaine.
They shaped our values, our beliefs, our actions, and all while we watched Lion-O and the Thundercats battle Mumra.
I'm Lion-O, Lord of the Thundercats, reminding you that kids are not allowed to drink anything with alcohol in it.
For 80s era latchkey kids, those ads were like substitute teachers, teaching us important life lessons we might not have otherwise learned.
Remember, listen to yourself.
Because I know what's best for me.
The PSAs that ran at the end of things like G.I. Joe, Mask, or He-Man, they weren't just advertisements, they were woven into the very fabric of our pop culture. And as kids, we talked about them at home with our parents, in the classroom, and at the malls with our friends. They left a lasting impression on an entire generation of kids. PSAs inspired Gen Xers to take action and make a difference. Whether it was saying no to drugs, planting trees, or buckling up in the car, PSAs encouraged us to be change makers and showed that our actions could have a positive impact on the world. As we look back on the 80s, it is clear that cartoons and PSAs had a profound impact on Gen X, and the lessons we learned from them have stuck with us, reminding us daily of the importance of making good choices and being informed. PSAs were not just entertainment, they were a keystone in our childhood education. Now you know, and knowing is half the battle.
G.I. Joe!